A 4th of July fireworks show lit up the skies across America, but inside the halls of Congress, the real explosion was political. President Donald Trump is celebrating a legislative triumph he calls big, beautiful, and unstoppable. Just hours before the Independence Day holiday, Trump scored the most significant political win of his second term. His sweeping tax cut and spending bill cleared the House of Representatives in a dramatic, high-stakes vote. Now, the bill heads to his desk, signed, sealed, and ready to reshape the American economy. This wasn't just another bill. This was Trump's defining moment, one that showcased his unrivaled influence over the Republican Party and, more importantly, over Congress itself. The path to this victory was anything but smooth. It was laced with persuasion, pressure, and presidential persistence. In recent weeks, Trump launched a behind-the-scenes campaign to corral support for the legislation. According to insiders, he made dozens of phone calls, held private meetings, and even summoned hesitant lawmakers to the White House for face-to-face talks. Some left those meetings with praise. Others left with warnings. One aide described the president's strategy as the art of the deal with teeth. One moment he was charming lawmakers, promising campaign help and federal funds for their districts. The next, he was publicly shaming those who refused to toe the line. "He can be warm," said one Republican staffer, "but when he wants something, he becomes relentless." And this time, he wanted it all. Trump's allies in Congress played their part as well. Members of the Freedom Caucus, key Senate conservatives, and even his own family worked the phones and hallways. Some lawmakers reported getting calls from Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and even Jared Kushner, all lobbying for the president's vision. By the final hours, the pressure was undeniable. House Republicans, even those wary of the political risks, began falling in line. The final vote was close, but it was enough. Cheers erupted from the Republican side of the aisle. For them, it was more than a bill. It was a show of unity, strength, and political dominance. "This bill puts America first," said one Republican representative. "It's about rebuilding our economy, securing our borders, and making sure America remains the greatest country in the world." But not everyone is celebrating. Democrats and progressive groups immediately condemned the bill, calling it a reckless giveaway to the rich. Critics argue it will explode the federal deficit, gut healthcare access for millions, and burden future generations with trillions in new debt. "This isn't fiscal responsibility, it's fiscal madness," said one Democratic leader. "This bill robs working families to feed Wall Street." Healthcare advocates are especially alarmed. Under the new law, Medicaid will be slashed and converted into block grants to states, potentially reducing coverage for low-income families. Critics say the move could leave millions without access to essential care. Meanwhile, education reform groups are split. The bill includes incentives for charter schools and private education, something Trump has long championed. Supporters say it gives parents more choice. Opponents call it a blow to public schools. So what exactly is in this bill? At its core, it delivers massive tax cuts for corporations and high-income earners, something Trump promised since the beginning of his political career. It also increases military spending, provides billions for border security, and rolls back numerous federal regulations, especially in the energy sector. Trump, always the showman, was quick to frame the moment as historic. At a campaign rally following the vote, he took a victory lap. "They said it couldn't be done," he told a roaring crowd. "They said we couldn't pass it. Well, guess what? We did it. Big, beautiful, and it's just the beginning." His supporters cheered. But even among Republicans, some are privately nervous. Moderate lawmakers in swing districts worry the bill may cost them votes in the 2026 midterms. Voters concerned about health care cuts or rising debt might punish incumbents seen as rubber-stamping Trump's agenda. "It's a gamble," said one GOP strategist. But for now, the president holds all the cards. Trump's approval ratings among Republican voters remain sky-high, hovering near 80%. Primary challengers have faded. Donors are rallying behind him. The message is clear: Trump is still the undisputed leader of the Republican Party. That fact was not lost on lawmakers during this legislative push. Several Republican holdouts flipped their votes after private conversations with the president. Some reportedly received campaign donations or other political support. Others faced harsh criticism on social media until they changed their stance. "It's Trump's party," said a senior political analyst. And today, he proved it again. Outside the Capitol, the response was more divided. Activist groups staged protests, calling the bill a betrayal of working Americans. Watchdog organizations warned that the process raised ethical questions, especially regarding Trump's direct involvement in influencing lawmakers. "This kind of pressure from the executive branch undermines the independence of Congress," said a spokesperson from a nonpartisan ethics group. "It's not illegal, but it's unprecedented." Despite the backlash, Trump's base remains energized. The timing of the bill's passage, just ahead of Independence Day, was no accident. The White House pushed hard for the deadline, wanting to frame the victory as a patriotic win. And the optics worked. As fireworks lit up the Washington sky, the president appeared in front of the White House, smiling, flanked by Republican leaders and military officials. The moment was carefully choreographed and politically powerful. He spoke briefly, calling the bill a turning point for America. "This is how we win again," Trump said. "Not with excuses, not with weakness, but with bold action." Looking ahead, the focus now shifts to implementation. The Senate must finalize appropriations. Advocacy groups are preparing legal challenges. Economists will begin assessing the real-world impact. And voters, especially those in battleground states, will begin feeling the effects in their paychecks, healthcare plans, and communities. For Democrats, the path forward is uphill. With this win, Trump not only advances his policy agenda, he solidifies his position heading into the next election cycle. But even among critics, there's acknowledgement. This wasn't luck. This was strategy. This was Trump, playing the political game his way, and winning. As Independence Day comes and goes, the symbolism of this moment is hard to ignore. A president once dismissed as a political outsider has now become the most dominant force in Washington. For some, it's a return to strength. For others, it's a warning. Independence Day is about power. The power to choose, the power to govern, the power to shape the future. Today, Donald Trump is holding that power firmly in his hands. Whether history remembers this as a renaissance or a reckoning, that remains to be seen. But for now, the message is clear. Congress has spoken. Trump has prevailed. And in his words, the victory is nothing short of big, beautiful, and unmistakably his.